We're continuing to see the deterioration of Donald Trump's ability to think and to speak and to sort of turn what's in his brain into words that other humans can understand. I mean, I'm almost struggling to explain what it is that we're seeing because it's so disturbing. Donald Trump had another one of these speeches where even the teleprompter couldn't make him sound coherent. We've seen this before. Take a look at Donald Trump speaking the other day, slow, slurring, sniffing, huffing and puffing, confused, unclear if he even knows what it is that he's reading off of his teleprompter. Notice that when the camera zooms out, he sort of seems to be strangely leaning on and clutching the lectern. I mean, every element of this audio and video is unusual.
Have budgets since we came into the administration, since the election of 2016, since January 20th of 2017, we have done things with the military that few people would have thought possible. Budgets of $700 billion, $716 billion, and now $738 billion. Nobody would have thought that that was possible, but we had them approved by Republicans and Democrats, and that money is now building the most advanced equipment anywhere on earth, equipment that nobody even could have conceived of even 2 years ago.
Put aside for a second that nothing he's saying is true or makes sense. There is much else going on here. This could be someone who's normally on uppers coming down or on an off day. That's one type of possibility. This could be continued cognitive decline, which we've been talking about. This could just be an exhausted 73-year-old who simply can't keep up with the demands of being president because he is obese, in terrible shape. It could be anything, but it's not normal and it's not good for the country. And as a reminder, Aaron Rupar from Vox posted this video to Twitter. The deterioration can be hard to notice day to day. When you hear Trump every day, you might not notice how much he has fallen off in terms of his speaking abilities. But look at Trump during his presidential campaign in 2015, which was already a far cry from what the guy was 20 years ago, but still comparatively quick, spry, agile, the opposite of 2019 Trump.
Because I don't need anybody's money. It's nice. I don't need anybody's money. I'm using my own money. I'm not using the lobbyists. I'm not using donors. I don't care. I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second. And by the way, I'm not even saying that in a brag. That's the kind of mindset, that's the kind of thinking you need for this.
As a reminder, if that is not enough contrast, here's the famous incident, the United States of America, God bless the Palestinians and Jerusalem, which was initially, I guess, attributed to loose dentures, which we later found out Trump doesn't even wear.
Let us rethink old assumptions and open our hearts and minds to possible and possibilities. And finally, I ask the leaders of the region, political and religious, Israeli and Palestinian, Jewish and Christian and Muslim, to join us in the noble quest for lasting peace. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Israel. God bless the Palestinians. And God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
It's not just the slurring. Okay, to be clear, when this happens, Trump seems not to recognize what he is reading or what he is saying. This is very serious stuff. If you look at a close-up of Donald Trump's face during some of these incidents, he actually sort of seems to be chewing on his tongue or having trouble getting his tongue out of the way or in a position where it doesn't hinder his speech. He's acting almost like he has full-on Novocaine from dental work or something very odd. This is not a joke. This is not political. This is just very serious. The Trump campaign is politicizing it. They are sending lackeys around to Fox News to claim that Joe Biden is actually having cognitive issues. Now, I covered the Joe Biden stuff last week. As I said, I would be a hypocrite if I point out when this stuff is going on with Donald Trump. I would be a hypocrite if I didn't point it out when it's happening with Joe Biden. But Trump's the president, not a candidate for one of the nominations for president. And Trump's having the same issues, but 10 times over, to a significantly greater magnitude. Check out Trump 2020 Director of Strategic Communications, Mark Lauder, on Fox News, just playing politics and talking about Joe Biden.
Well, unfortunately, I know a lot of people say these are gaffes, but it's clearly a problem with Joe Biden. I mean, he gets about every detail wrong in a couple of minutes about this war story. He can't remember who the prime minister of the United Kingdom is. He couldn't remember what state he was in a couple of weeks ago. I mean, these are not gaffes. It is a problem with Joe Biden, and it's causing a lot of Democrats to start to rethink their frontrunner.
This is just too serious for partisanship. I don't know what other way I can say it. Biden might have something going on. We're talking about it. It was weird when he seemed to forget President Obama's name. It's been weird when he's misstated the state that he's in or when different things happened or whatever else the case may be. Trump has a very public and very visible multi-year decline of the same type of stuff that we've seen from Biden, but worse, many times greater. Trump leaving a signing ceremony without signing the thing he was there to sign. Trump walking away from his limo. He walks off of Air Force One. The limo's right in front of him. Trump wanders off and has to be physically pulled back by Secret Service and redirected towards his car. Trump wondering where Rudy Giuliani is when Giuliani is sitting directly in front of him. Trump saying we need to find out the oranges of the investigation, almost as if he's now the citrus detective of some kind, rather than the origins of the investigation. It's endless. I could just list these things for an hour. If you care about the country and recognize and agree, maybe you don't agree, but if you agree you need a cognitively able person in the Oval Office, you need to be questioning what it is that is happening with Donald Trump. I'm open to any and all suggestions as to what it is that might be going on here. And this was not the only weird thing that happened over the long Labor Day weekend. And that's what I want to talk about next.